Hi, welcome to Quarter 2 Module 1, the network cable installation. First, we will define what is computer network. It's a group of devices connected with each other through a transmission medium such as wires, cables, etc. These devices can be a computer, a printer, a scanner, and many others. The purpose of having computer network is to send and receive data stored in other devices over the network. What is a network, by the way? Or what are networks? Networks depends on how large they are and how much of an area they cover geographically. What do you mean by geographically? It is the physical features of an area or a structure, whether it is a small, a large, and a wide network. Most people have basic knowledge on a network or a networking and familiar with the terms such as LAN and WAN. So later, we will identify and differentiate the different network devices and the different types of networking. In general term, network can refer to interconnected group or a system. In other words, network is a method of sharing information between two. So more than one, that's two systems. There are four types of computer networks based on our module, and these are identified according to their geographically or the structure. First, we have the PON, and then the LAN, the MAN, and the WAN. So let's identify each of the computer networks and how are they used or what are their functions. First is the personal area network. As you can see on the picture or the images, there are devices such as printer, a computer, PC, desktop, a laptop, a mobile, and a PDA. A PAN is a small network which is established for communication between different devices. So we have the laptop going to the PDA. A PDA, by the way, stands for a personal digital assistant. And another one is the mobile or yung smartphones natin. On this PON, they connect to each other by using wireless technologies such as Bluetooth, infrared, and near-field information or communication or the NFC. By using wired connection for transferring small files such as music, photos, calendar, appointments, and so on. So that's the personal area network. Second, we have this local area network. In a LAN, the network group of devices such as computer to the server or printer to the server, switches to a printer, which are located in the same building. So you have here the office, home or school, which is closely positioned group of building. The best example of this is the Ethernet LAN connected to a switch. One of our networking devices is a switch. So we will discuss more on this on the next topic. The third one is what we call the metropolitan area network. It is larger than a pan, and it extends across a city or town over several buildings. So as you can see on the diagram, we have there from the man transferring the network to a hospital LAN, to a college LAN, a factory LAN, and a school LAN. It has a high-speed connection, such as a fiber optic cable, and also a high-speed network that gives the ability for sharing data and resources within a city. So that's typically for a city, some metropolitan. So just like the Metro Manila, that's a metropolitan area. The last one is the wide area network. So among the three, this is the largest type of network, multiple with a LAN or a combination of LAN, a MAN, and a PAN. The best example of this is the internet. So that spans over a large geographical area, or what we call the intercontinental distances, or even the entire globe. So as you can see, we have there the globe, and it covers the entire geographical area or the intercontinental distances. So we have also what we call the WLAN, no? So WLAN, that stands for wireless local area network. So it's simply defined as a wireless or without using the cables. So that's the other WLAN. So for now, we have the four types or different networking. Again, the first one is the PAN, second is the LAN, third is the MAN, and the last is the WAN. Earlier, we talked about the computer networks that help users on the network to share their resources and in communication. We also understand the different types of network. In this topic, we will identify the different networking devices as well as their function on how they handle data. On the different networking devices, I know you are all familiar with hubs and switches that are used to exchange data within the local area network. Example of these are what we use on our home and in businesses. So let's identify each of these networking devices. First, we have this hub or hubs, commonly used to connect segments of LAN. As you can see on the diagram, it contains multiple ports but considered not intelligent because it doesn't filter any data. It do not read IP addresses, but instead it creates unnecessary traffic which wastes bandwidth, or simply says it only rebroadcasts data to every port. So let's have the second one, switch. Switch are also called switching hub, bridging hub, or MAC bridge. Similar to the hub, it has also multiple ports and stores physical addresses called MAC addresses. But unlike the hub, it is intelligent because it addresses devices that are connected or directly intended port. They are physically addresses called the MAC addresses. So it can now filter the address based on the port that you directed on the switch. It is more preferred than the hub. The difference between the two, a hub can only detect device that is physically connected to it, while the switch can detect specific devices that are connected to it. That's why we have or we route this called router. The router now forwards data packets between a computer networks. A data packet is typically forwarded from one router to another router through the networks that constitute the internet work until it reaches its destination nodes. A router performs the traffic directed functions on the internet, unlike the hub. It is used to connect networks. It forwards data based on the IP addresses. A gateway of a network, for example, we have this cold red network. The data rejected by the router, it simply sent off to another network. If the if we have a router at home, example of this is our modem router from the Converge, Globe at Home, Smart, PLDT. It can now detect the IP addresses, or you can set your own IP that you want to connect on your router. So even though alam nung iba yung inyong password, you can control kung sino yung makaka-connect sa inyo from your router based on the IP addresses. So for example, you are connected, 10 of the members at home are connected on the router, but if you want to cancel the other gadgets or laptops, computers, then it's your choice to remove or to delete the IP addresses based on that gadget. Then we go to the different or the other three more networking devices. We have a gateway or a network gateway is an internet working system capable of joining together two networks that uses different base protocols. So as you can see on the diagram, we have there the gateway at the middle, and then it simply signal or transfer signal from one network to the other network. But we will also use a router or another network device such as router to be able to join together the two network. Then we have the bridge. The bridge creates a single aggregate network from multiple communication network or network segments. What does it mean? So the function is called a network bridging. Because of an internet bridge connected with two segments, like on this photo, we have there the bridge to be able to connect our Ethernet from segment 1 to segment 2 and then transfer to other station. So we have station A, station B for segment 1, and for segment 2 we have the station C and station D. So those are what we call segments from the bridges. And lastly, we have this repeater. So from the word repeater, it replicates or it regenerates our signal. So it is used to transmit systems to regenerate whether it is analog or digital signals distorted by transmission loss. On this example, we have there the Globe Wi-Fi repeater. If you want to boost on your router, they use this kind of Wi-Fi repeater. Okay, so those are the 6 networking devices that we have. The first is the hub, and then we have the switch, the router, the gateway, bridge, and lastly, the repeater. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.